Hey, I'm Jamey from Stonemaier Games, and recently I had the pleasure of playing a prototype that I really enjoyed at Geekway to the West, where I mostly play published games, but this was the very first game that I played at the convention. It looks really polished, as you can tell here from the photo, and so I decided to play Kraken Skulls with the designer, Chris. I'm going to try to time this video to go along with the Kickstarter launch, although I have no link to the Kickstarter or Chris. I just thought he was a really nice guy, did a good job with the game, and I had fun playing it. I have a few different favorite mechanisms in the game, a few little things. And I'll mention a graphic design one first that you can't really see in this photo, but each player has a reference card. It's probably way out of focus, you can kind of see it over here. Each player has a reference card, where on one side of the card it describes the types of things that you can do on your turn. But cleverly, the other side is just a numerical tracker. And the reason that's really helpful in the game is that the game includes, and this is my second favorite, my favorite mechanism really, the game includes a number of mini games. 3 of them are always face up at any given time. There are also ocean locations that all share the same mini game, and there are a ton of cards that come with the game that have other mini games that you can shuffle in and play with for pretty vast replayability, really. But while you play those mini games, many of them take multiple rounds or multiple rounds or multiple rolls of the dice, and they require you to remember numbers. And instead of the game asking you to remember your current status, like you've dealt 5 hits or whatever it is, it includes this tracker on the back of the reference card. Just a nice little graphic design touch where you flip over that card when you're doing one of these mini games so you can track your progress over the course of multiple rolls, multiple rounds. Really clever touch. The minigames are the other aspect. I love the sheer number of dice minigames in here. They're very light minigames. There was like a blackjack minigame in our game. You're trying to roll and get as close as possible to 21 or hit 21. You had the choice to roll or not. Some of the minigames don't involve much of a choice. You're just rolling dice a few times, but you do have the choice of dice manipulation from the cards in your hand. But I was just really impressed by the sheer quantity of minigames, making each game feel a little different, making each island feel unique when you get there. I really like that. And my last favorite, one of the mini games that I really enjoyed that's by default included with every play of the game, is the Kraken. You can kind of see the Kraken out of focus up here. But the Kraken moves around to the islands, to the ocean, sorry, never the islands, always the oceans. And players, even though this is a competitive game, players can actually join forces for a battle against the Kraken. They can say this publicly and choose to go there, or they can privately just end up there based on your simultaneous decisions where you move each round. And all the players join in attacking the Kraken. And it's one of these mini games where the more people you have there, the better, the more help you're going to get. But everyone's going to get credit for it if you do well against the Kraken. It's one of those semi-cooperative elements of a cooperative game that I really enjoy. It really felt like we were coming together at times to fight the Kraken and then going our separate ways as pirates and fighting each other again. It worked out really well. I really like the inclusion of that. So yeah, those are 3 of my favorite things about Kraken Skulls, and I genuinely look forward to seeing it on Kickstarter. I hope the Kickstarter goes well. Thanks. If you have any thoughts about this game or games like it, feel free to talk about them in the comments below.